We are Wiccan Brothers, real supernatural heroes.
How you doing? This is Kicegg Wolf with Wicked Brothers. I'm a fifth generation witch, also a demon hunter. Um, and everything y'all been told that was fake is a lie. Everything that you see in movies that show supernatural, there's actual shit out there like that. There's actual people out there that do that type of shit. Which, why? Um, what I wanted to share with y'all is some of my shadow people encounters that I had experienced. It started when I was like 5, and this one we stayed in Joliet, Illinois, on York Avenue, in a house that my great great grandma built. And at this house, it was a whole lot of activity. I'm talking about as far as supernatural activity. If you want to say extraterrestrial activity, it was a lot. But every night, like around the witching hour, me and my brothers would see these shadow beings. I won't say, I say shadow people, but these was like, I'm 5, so at that time I'm 5, so that was about my height. So these was like shadow kids I would see, and these kids, shadow kids, would be darting back and forth in the kitchen, and I'm talking about we would see them like real good, like if you were standing in front of me right now, that's how good we'd see them. And this went on for years and years and years. So I kind of, in a weird way, I kind of got used to it. But I ain't have my real face-to-face encounter until I was around like 13. I was at my cousin's house at the time, and you know how kids is. I was playing with my friends at the time. We was, on our bikes, doing tricks, riding around, tire ourselves out. So I went in to take a nap. I ended up laying on my cousin's front room floor, and as I was laying there, I was having a dream, and in this dream I heard a voice telling me basically to snap out. Once I came, once I woke up, this thing was face to face. I'm talking about nose, like face to face. All I seen was a dark mass until it kind of leaned back. Once it leaned back, that's when I seen it was a person, but it wasn't a person. Once I seen that, no, at that time my reaction was scream. So I yelled so loud. And the weird thing is, like, the front room right here, and then the kitchen is like not that far from the front room, and everybody was in the kitchen. So I don't know how they did not see that, but once I screamed, everybody came rushing in the front room, and I'm talking about this thing. I must have startled this thing because it jumped back real quick, and it darted and ran towards the basement. Now, when I say, if I could give you, let me see, if I could give you an example of speed. Put it like this: if you stay in a 5-story house, and this shadow person was at the top level, and the minute you count it to 1, it's already in your basement. That's how fast this shadow person moved. Now, from then on in, I didn't know what they was till I actually start studying up on them and finding out more about shadow people. Now I found out about the Hat Man, and it seemed like after that we constantly started getting cases on shadow people. I'm talking about people coming out the woodworks telling us about shadow people that will be in their house. Sometimes just walking around. Some would just be walking around. Some would be actually getting physical, like scratching, biting, believe it or not, yeah, and punching. And we had so many cases on shadow people till it was like overwhelming. Then we had to deal with the Hat Man. Yeah, and when I say he had lots of friends. See, dealing with the Hat Man, you ain't just dealing with the Hat Man. You dealing with more than just shadow people also. I'm talking about working that case. We went from dealing with the Hat Man to mantis beings, other extraterrestrials, and other things. It was a crazy case, which we gonna cover that by itself eventually. But then we had a case where this shadow person actually lunged at me. And I'm talking about, I felt the wind. He went full force, like he was trying to knock me out like Mike Tyson. That type of shadow person. But the craziest shadow person experience I had was I was actually with a friend and we was actually going out to eat, and we parked in this parking lot behind this, if anybody were the store Myers, and it was this cornfield. Now it was nighttime and the street lights was on, so the streets was lit up, and by this cornfield it was this house, and the cornfield was in the back of the house. But I was looking at the cornfield and I just seen this huge mass. And this huge mass, I couldn't tell what it was. But as I was sitting there, it had a shape to it, like a human shape. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm not seeing this. I know I'm not seeing this. No, that can't be it. Right after I said that in my head, I seen this thing on me. And this thing was about 18 feet tall. So it was really like, it was something. I'll tell you that. Something I wouldn't face head on. But I never thought shadow people could get that big. But I got to witness a giant shadow person, an 18-foot tall shadow person. I like to share more with y'all, but right now that's all the time I got right now. So till next time.